Bye-bye. Do you go potty?
No.
Quinn, don't go in your undies.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Alright, so if you are watching currently on YouTube, welcome. I'm going to start, hold on Instagram here. Just 1 second. Calm down.
Dad, can I first talk to the people?
Yeah, you can start out while we're trying to get everything set up over here. You can do a little talking. We're going to get started in a moment. Everyone on YouTube, if you're watching this later, we don't normally take this long to get started, but we also do this on Instagram, and Instagram is really having some trouble. Talk.
Hi, people. We're so glad you're here.
We are.
We're so glad you're here, and we got a mirror.
Yes, we do have a mirror. Right.
And we have...
Looks like we're working on Instagram and YouTube. All right, give me 1 second, baby, so I'll do the start, and then you can come talk. All right, so sorry, you guys have been watching already for a few minutes here. Looks like a minute, or actually a minute and a half on YouTube. If you're watching this afterwards, we do this every single Friday at 8:30 p.m. We do this here on YouTube and on Instagram. You can see the full recap. We just talk about Disney news. Hold on, baby. We talk about Disney news. Quinn,
Disney news?
Yeah.
I like Disney news.
Quinn does this the whole time, so if you can't stand my child talking over me, I really apologize in advance. It doesn't get any better than this. Some weeks she doesn't join us. Don't pull that window up. Yeah, so we'll get started quickly now. If you have anything to say, if you're watching it later, leave in comments below. Hi, Crazy Christine crew.
Hi, Crazy Christine crew.
Or comment right now. We're going to start off tonight by saying... Yeah. If you watched last week, I went on a kind of a rant about how I don't care about wishes. I don't really care about fireworks shows in general.
I don't like fireworks.
As much as I was excited about
Daddy, I don't like
change. Hold on, baby. Hold on. I was not all that interested in the new Happily Ever After show. Mainly because, as you just heard her talk over me, she does not like fireworks. She can't handle them. She gets very scared, and it's just too much for her, and she freaks out, and so we don't ever watch them. I never really had an attachment to wishes because of her.
I follow them.
Yeah, and I didn't really expect to care much. I guess this is my somewhat formal apology to my knocking of Happily Ever After and saying I really didn't care about it. We watched the live stream right after our live show last Friday, and let me tell you, we loved it. We really loved it. I don't know if when we go, if we'll ever be able to see it with her, but even the live stream of it was, I mean, Courtney and I both teared up. It was beautiful and amazing. You cannot hit. It's very loud when you do that. Yeah, we loved it. It was so good, and can't wait to get to the park and actually see it. Because
Hi, people.
because it looks so
If you
amazing.
like your video.
Quinn, listen to me, baby. You cannot talk while I'm talking. They can't hear me then, okay?
Can I talk to
No. Go play with your Legos. You have a whole bucket of them in the living room you gotta pick up. Sorry. Yes, but we love the Happily Ever After show. We were excited to see it. The projections were great. I mean, my biggest knock of it was there's a pretty large section of Hunchback, and I just don't care at all about Hunchback. But yeah, I can't wait to see it in person. It looks great. I'm all for it. Crazy Christine here says, yeah, I can't wait to see it in person. Yeah, I mean, we're on board with seeing it. It looks so amazing. So yeah, if anybody else has anything to say, add it onto there. But we're going to continue on to the next one. I have a larger list than normal of things to talk about tonight, and we try to keep these under like 10 minutes. We're already 5 into it. So, last night, I can't talk much about this one. Add in here in case anybody has anything to say about it. Courtney would be more apt to talk about it, but she is also working tonight, so she is not home. Don't mess with that stuff, Dave. Hey, go pick up your Legos. LuLaRoe announced last night a partnership with Disney. I don't know if you know what LuLaRoe is. It's a clothing, lifestyle brand sort of thing. Courtney is a big fan of it. Stop. Go clean up your Legos. And yeah, it's pretty cool because they already had some designs, and I believe they've already kind of teetered on the line of being Disney related, which is really awesome. I know that she's excited about it. They do sell men's stuff, but I don't own any of it, so I can't really comment too much on it. But that kind of was a big deal. There's a lot of people on Instagram and like Twitter talking about it this morning. Now later in the day, not too many people are talking about it, but overall, I think that can be a cool thing. I mean, I'm all for more Disney stuff. I don't have much more to say about it. If you do, engage me, and I can sound like a fool acting like I know what LuLaRoe is really about. Courtney would obviously be better to talk about it. Go pick up all your Legos in the living room. Okay? Sorry about that. Let's see. Next, we're going to talk about... hold on, I'm just going to end Instagram here because no one's watching yet. Alright, we'll stay here just on YouTube. Sorry that I keep stopping here. It's a little bit more hectic tonight. I believe I talked about it last week. If I did not, we are going to the Halloween party. We've gone every year for a few years now. Went to the Christmas party last year. Like, we like the parties. I know that is kind of a controversial thing because some people do not. Actually, many people do not like the parties. Do not find the value in it. We are big fans. It came out. People were starting to look at the list of attractions. I believe it was last week's show. If I didn't talk about last week, I'm sorry. Most of you probably don't care, but basically it came out that because Splash Mountain's going to be under refurbishment during this time, but there was no Big Thunder on the list, and there was no Seven Dwarfs Mine Train on the list. And for Halloween, I believe it's pretty normal. They keep the Jungle Cruise closed. I can't remember if the Jungle Cruise has been open in the past. So like many rides were closed, and like as someone who is a big fan of the parties, and I defend it a lot. I mean, I don't want to say I get arguments, but I kind of counterpoint to a lot of people on Twitter who say it's not worth the value, and Disney's like trying to take money, like just be greedy. Like I do not share that opinion at all. We love the parties. As a matter of fact, this year we're going, and we're doing one day at Animal Kingdom and only going to the party, and that's it for our fall trip this year. Like, the party is like our thing. We like it. I'm down for it. But when you take away the Seven Dwarfs thing, and you take away the Big Thunder Mountain, not only are those two of our favorite rides, but like those two are like the bigger rides in Magic Kingdom. Sure, there's a ton more to do, but like those are the big ones, with the exception of maybe Peter Pan and Splash Mountain being done. While it started to go around, and I don't know if it was just a mistake on Disney's end, or if Disney was influenced by people saying like, okay, that's not cool, because even I was like, when you take those things away, it's hard for me to defend the value of the parties. But needless to say, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, they added Seven Dwarfs Mine Train back to the attractions list, as well as Big Thunder Mountain. So both those will be open. If you're going to the parties this year, they will be open, and you can ride them. And that's great, because one of the great things about the parties is like really short wait times for just about everything. We rode Seven Dwarfs Mine Train like 5 times back to back at like the end of the night last year for Christmas and Halloween. So like it's a great way to get on kind of harder to ride rides, and we really like it. Let's see. The next thing, again, I've said it a million times. I'm sorry, I'll keep repeating it because people are coming in. I can see late and watching it. If you have any questions about anything we've talked about, or any news that's happened this week, just chime in the chat room and we can talk about it and go back to it. Next thing, this is under a strong, I should put like strong rumor. I don't want to add the text to the screen right now, but like strong rumor. WDW News Today posted a link today, and it just said rumor. Paint the Night packing up from Disneyland, and where will it happen? So when you clicked on it, you're right into it. If you don't know, Paint the Night is a very loved nighttime parade at Disneyland. It was there for, I believe, like a year and a half for the 60th, and then it's kind of been brought back for seasonal things. Well, WDW today is reporting that they've started to pack up the parade, which means it's not going to be destroyed, but it also is not coming back to Disneyland. It's basically done there. So we have been at Disney World without a nighttime parade for quite some time now. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I very frequently tweet to not only Disney, but just tweet in general with my disgust of the lack of nighttime parades. I'm a big nighttime parade fan. We talked about last week with the fireworks. Don't care about fireworks. I love parades. Give me a parade. But basically, he said that he thinks it's coming to. He thinks it's coming to Magic King, he thinks it's coming to WDW because it makes the most sense there. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because he said Shanghai, Paris, as well as Disney World are all without nighttime parades currently. So it could go to any of those places. But his argument was Magic Kingdom would be the obvious choice, but it could also go to Hollywood Studios because with the new Happily Ever After nighttime show, it's kind of a little much for Magic Kingdom to hold a parade like Paint the Night, which is very intense. Did you clean up all your Legos? Go get your Legos. Go get them. Go pick them all up. And then it's kind of a little much for them to put on a projection show like they do, and all these things like they do for Happily Ever After. To then also do Paint the Night, and if you've seen Paint the Night, it also includes on Main Street, I believe, if I remember properly, projections on Main Street, which wouldn't necessarily have to be, but like the floats are huge, and it's a big deal. So he says that he doesn't know that like it can handle doing so much in a night. I don't know how true that is. But then he floated the idea of Hollywood Studios, but like Hollywood Studios really isn't made to have like a true parade like that. It's had parades before, and it currently has the marching stormtrooper thing. Like, it's not that it can't have it, just Epcot couldn't hold it, Animal Kingdom couldn't hold it. So his bet was, while he questions whether Magic Kingdom is really ready with 2 projection shows essentially a night, counting Happily Ever After as a projection show, that doing Paint the Night with it would be a little much. Again, strong rumor. WDW News Today seems to have, like, be pretty successful with their rumors. But hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Getting thrown off there. They seem to have a good track record with rumors, at least being in the ballpark, getting something remotely right. But this seems like it's a little lofty. But again, as I said, I am a big fan of nighttime parades, and I really, really want Paint the Night to come to Disney World. Not getting my hopes up though. Last but not least, earlier this year, earlier this year, they announced that when Pandora opens, Animal Kingdom is going to be open basically every extra magic hours every night until 1 a.m. But then the way they worded it made it very much seem like it was only going to be Pandora, not all of Animal Kingdom. Which, if you've been to Animal Kingdom at night at all, like, you know that most of the park actually closes down fairly early, and it's just a lot of rides. It's hard to find food places that are open. They don't do really any shows very late, so that's not that weird. Hello, buddy. Hey, Brad. I believe it's you, Brad, watching on here under One Mouse and Dream, or both of you if you're both watching. So that was the rumor, that it was going to basically be just Pandora at night. Well, they announced today that they're going to open parts of the rest of Animal Kingdom. So the official list would be, outside of Pandora, it's going to be Everest, Primeval Whirl, Triceratops Spin. They're going to continue doing the Tree of Life Awakening shows in the evening. Rivers Light will do a third showing during these extra magic hours. And select food stands will be open. I couldn't find a set list of what those were going to be. I imagine it's going to be Starbucks and maybe a quick service somewhere. Probably things like Tiffin's and Nomad Lounge. That doesn't turn into Club 33. Was there till 9:30 p.m. last time. It was amazing. Yeah, we love it at night. The nighttime is amazing. It's just there is a little bit less to do, but because there are less crowds and the temperatures go down because Animal Kingdom can be so hot, nighttime there is amazing. But with that being said, there are lots of rumors of it being a very limited kind of run at night of what you're going to be able to do. And now it looks like a lot of the parks are going to be open. You won't be able to do safari at night. None of the shows are going to be open. But yeah, I mean, you'll be able to do the big things, especially Everest. I see Crazy Christine crew. Everest at night, yeah. I mean, if you haven't rode Everest at night, it's a 100% different ride. And it's amazing. And I can't suggest it more. I mean, during the day it's awesome too, but it's even more amazing. One Mouse, One Dream, I bet Pizza Safari, yeah. I mean, it's going to probably be something over there. It seems like a lot of Dino Land's going to be open. So Pizza Safari makes probably a lot of sense. Yeah, and that's actually all I have for the news tonight. I don't want to keep going too long unless you guys actually want to talk. This is some of the most interaction we've ever had in the chat room here, so I'm down to keep going. Yeah, hold on one second. For anybody who came in late, we talked about the Happily Ever After show, Lula Rowe.
Happily Ever After.
Yeah. The Seven Dwarfs.
I like fireworks.
Okay, go clean up your Legos if you're going to talk over me. Seven Dwarfs, Mine Train, and Big Thunder at the parties, Paint the Night, Rumors, and Animal Kingdom tonight. I will keep the chat open a few more minutes here before we close down. But yeah, and if you're watching this afterwards, because this goes up, it usually takes about an hour for my internet to do it, but this goes up as its own kind of like recap video, and you're watching this later and you want to talk about anything, leave it stuff in the comments, and I would love to talk about any of this stuff afterwards. Is the little one giving hugs out? Yeah, you know, she's giving a lot of hugs out. Come here, Quinn. You want to come say hi to everyone?
Yeah.
She likes to be on camera. Unfortunately, she also likes to talk over me.
Hi, people.
You wave to everyone? You gonna wave? No? Say hi.
Hi.
Say thanks for watching. Get up here. Say thanks for watching. Give your spiel. Give your YouTube spiel.
Thanks for watching.
Hey, Fly Me to Disney. We just wrapped up. We're kind of just listening to my kid talk over me the whole time and talking to One Mouse, One Dream here and Crazy Christine crew. Thanks everyone for coming in and watching tonight. This, like I said, will go up for us about give or take an hour later, half an hour later after this. A recap. But yeah, one more chance if we want to talk about anything that we did talk about. I'm more than willing to go back. Happily Ever After, Lula Rowe came out, the changes to the rides at the parties.
Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
Happily
Paint the Night and Animal Kingdom. No worries, Fly Me to Disney. I try to keep these short, even though I'm already at the 18-minute mark. I say every time I'm going to keep it at like 10, and I never do. I just try to keep them short because most people don't care to watch it, but as long as people are in the chat room like you guys are right now and currently keeping the discussion going, I'll keep talking and we can talk about anything that you guys may want to. Oh, whoa. Crazy Christine, aren't you going soon? I don't know if you're talking to me or One Mouse, One Dream. I believe they're going very soon. We are not going until August, unfortunately. I don't want to say never. There's always a small chance that we will make a short trip down, but as of right now, end of August is when we're going. Going in on Wednesday. Whoa. I wish I was going on Wednesday. I wish I was going in June. Not saying that it's not possible, but very unlikely at this point. August what? Quinn's birthday is the 28th, so we arrive on the 28th. We are going to the first Halloween party on the 29th. The next day we are going to Animal Kingdom on the 30th. I believe we come home after that. There we might have like a lazy day at the resort after that. But I think we're coming home. It's a very short trip. Two of my best friends are not marrying each other, but getting married like the same weekend in October, which is normally when we come. And they're not getting married here in the Raleigh area of North Carolina. They're getting married back in Chicago, which is where we're from prior to here. So our normal October trip is getting not only cut down in dates because of budgets, but it's getting cut down for going to hang out with our friends and celebrate their wedding, which is obviously I take that any day over Disney. As much as I do love Disney, I love my friends and being there and hanging out with them. So we're excited for that. That'll be a great birthday trip. It will. She, if there's one thing she talks about nonstop, I mean, she goes a lot, so she doesn't have the, oh my God, we're going to Disney moments that you see, which is whatever. But she loves the parade. She very frequently. What'd you get me? Well, thank you. You can go put it back. I don't need it though.
I can have it.
No, we're not pouring it. Yeah, she loves she has to listen to the Boo to You parade like all the time. Don't make a mess with that, babe. Nope, don't make a mess with that. So she's a big fan, which is why we're going. And I mean, we obviously love the holidays. We'll be there the 27th and the 30th of August. We will see you then, Brad and Lindsay. We'll have to figure out a time or a way that we can meet up at some point in time. It's a short trip looks like both of us there, so we'll make it happen. Chi-Town, I lived in Bloomington, Illinois. We lived in the city. We lived in Wrigleyville, walking distance to Wrigley Field. Many drunk walks home from the Wrigleyville bar in my time. But yeah, I mean, we miss Chicago. We do not miss the weather. If you've ever been in Chicago in the winter and walked through, literally, I'm 6'3", walked through hip-deep snow, it's not fun. And we like not having really much other than ice down here. Get a few flurries here and there, but overall, we love it here for that. Where's everyone staying? I believe we're at All Star... Music? I just seen that a movie's open up. A movie's our favorite value resort, so I believe we're going to be switching. The day that Steve is here now. The day of Steve is here now. Hey, Steve,
Can I talk to the people?
No, hold on. Go pick up your Legos. We got to go get Mama in a second. Hey, Steve, thanks for coming in. Wow, this is like the most active chat room we've ever had. Thanks for coming, guys. We do this every Friday at 8:30. I try to keep it in like the 10 to 15 minute range. Obviously, today we've gone to 23 minutes, but people are talking, so I'm going to keep it going. We're doing music in June. We've done them all before. We've actually stayed at every value now. Music's fine. We tend to like movies just because of the theming, but I find that pop and the three All-Stars are basically the same. I try to avoid sports because for some reason people, like when groups get booked, that's where they tend to get booked at, even though a lot of times I think music tends to be a cheaper option than sports, but for some reason everybody stays at sports when there's groups, and not that I care because my kid, as you can see, is just loud and obnoxious, so I can't really judge anybody else's kids or people for being loud. I just try to avoid it. Let's see. We're staying at Caribbean. Yes, I do want to stay at Caribbean at some point here, especially once the refurbs are done. Caribbean in August. Can't wait for the buffets. All right, guys. Pop is the place now for groups. Yeah. We're not a big fan of pop. Like, we didn't have a bad experience at all, but like, we drive, so the dedicated buses doesn't do anything for me. The food court I wasn't impressed. Everyone talks about how great the food court. I don't really care about the food court. Like, I was overall, in the end, the room is it's an all-star room, and a lot of times, not always. Like right now, I think movies is more expensive than pop. Like it's not always that way. Many times pop is more expensive, and there's no value in staying at pop for us. I mean, but if you take buses, there's a huge value. If you really do think the food court's better, that's to each his own. Then it's better for you. The only place that we've stayed in value that was clearly better was Art of Animation, but like it's unfair to even call Art of Animation value, or at least consider staying. Like it's not even in the same ballpark. Like it's so much nicer. Even the Little Mermaid room was so much more spacious than like a normal all-star room. Okay, I'll be on 1 second. Alright guys, let's see. I'll be looking out for your videos. Let us know how it is. Refurb is going on Pop next May. I did not know there was refurb going until next May. Don't forget your discount from Disney. They're offering a $50 credit each day for refurbishment. I stayed at Pop last year. It was okay. I felt spoiled because I've been staying DVC. Yeah, we want to rent DVC points at some point here. I looked for a short stay to do like Animal Kingdom Lodge or something like that, which seems good. But yeah, it's hard to take that plunge. Art of Animation looks good. I wouldn't mind staying there. We only stayed at the Little Mermaid Suite. It's cheap. It's basically all-star pop room, but slightly bigger, a little bit more themed with the Little Mermaid stuff. The showers are really themed, and but nothing too crazy. We did one night there at the end of our last trip. So if you're watching our vlogs, it'll come out. God only knows when that'll be. I'm trying to spread them out a lot because usually we go 2 bigger trips, one at the beginning, one at the end of the year, and now we're not going to end up going until probably this one little trip at the end, and then maybe again until next spring. So I really need to space out the vlogs that I have. Let me see what you got, babe. Oh, go put that back. It's just ice.
I like ice.
Go put it back before it melts. Let's see. Lowered it. Art is looking. I wouldn't mind saying there. Yeah, Art of Animation's nice. We didn't get the big room. It's not that big of. I don't know how much we would actually pay for it again. Like it was a one-night thing. I don't know that we'd ever sit down a long thing. It's really expensive. It's nice. Like the theming and all of it. Like the pool was very nice, and the store and the lobby. Like all those things that really don't matter. Were nice, but like. They weren't like game changers by any stretch of the imagination. Are you AP? We are not. I don't know who you were talking to, Red. No. Go put it back in the freezer, please. Go put it back in the freezer. Let's see. Are you AP? We are not AP. Not a fan of paying over $209. I agree. At least not in a value. I don't want to pay over $209. I might like justify like one night at like Port Orleans or something like that. Which we haven't done, and we really want to do. Port Orleans, actually, even including deluxe resorts, is like a goal resort for me. Like that's my thing. We also really like Princess and the Frog. It probably as a family our favorite movie, and somewhere we really want to go. I only did it once for Riverside Royal Guest Rooms. Yeah, that's kind of what we're thinking. How many choices that are that affordable? Yeah, we have 5-person not that many. Yeah. True, very true. When you get into the larger families. All right, guys, I do have to get going here. If we are done, that was 28 minutes, by far the longest I've ever done this live stream, but it was great. Thanks for watching, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I've done a few weeks of this while I'm streaming and kind of chatting by myself, so I appreciate you guys coming in and not only contributing to my news topics and discussions, but having this little chat afterwards about resorts. A couple more here before I sign off. Get AP so you get good rate on rooms. No need for DVC then. Port Orleans is my favorite moderate. It's great. Yeah, we really want to stay at Port Orleans. Alright guys, I think that's it for me. There's a delay between when I'm talking and when this shows up here, so I'm just going to sit here for a minute. Yeah, thanks for chatting, everybody. just ice, man.
Can you open it? Can you open it?
Hold on,
Say, open it, open it.
hold on.